Hi, hi-fi people. Kelvin here from London. Going to do something a little bit different today, not reviewing any equipment, but I'm going to talk about test songs. Now, I'm reviewing things all the time. I'm changing amps daily, to be honest, probably twice a day, and speakers. So in this sort of task that I've got, test songs are useful for me because sometimes I have to get analytical about it, else I can't make my conclusions, So, but thing is, I mean, when it's useful for, someone that's not a full-time reviewer, say you're going out, you're going to buy something, you're going to audition something in a shop at someone's house. Having your own test songs and kind of knowing what you're listening for and how it should sound is really useful, because you may not have that much time, and you get a bit. If I go round to listen to things or into a shop, particularly, I find I get a little bit, hyped up, and it's hard to assess it properly. But if you've got your own songs, you're sort of you're on more solid ground, And of course, they might want to play some songs that makes it sound good. They're going to do that, So take your own songs. I'm going to do 6 songs that I use, and I actually don't listen to them all. I only probably listen to the verse and the chorus, or a minute or 30 seconds of each one. But each song has got a different kind of test in it: frequency, bass, mid, treble, da 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 da. So I'll tell you what these are. So one thing, sorry. Watch it, right? Because when you go for these test songs, you might be inclined, and I'm doing exactly, I've done one in this thing, to pick a song that sounds really good, yeah? A really well recorded song. And the problem with that is some songs will not test things well. If you're serious about testing, you don't want to play the best sounding record that because some records sound good on everything. Some tracks will sound good. And I got one for you if you want to check it out. Babylon's Sister or Sisters, Steely Dan. That song will sound good on any system. And you'll turn it up loud and it'll still sound gorgeous. It doesn't push the parameters of any amp or speakers. It's so gorgeous and it's not near the edge of what sounds good. So you've got to watch that, and because it's easy to go, I want to hear this song, it sounds really great. If you play something that doesn't sound so great and it sounds great, now you're on a winner. Anyway, let me tell you the songs I use. Yes. So I use song Gravity, Alison Krauss, for a particular reason. If you play that song, you get about a minute of guitar and nice singing, no bass guitar. And then about a minute, and I listen to that, see if it sounds nice. But what I'm really waiting for is 1 minute, 5 seconds, the bass comes in, and it's boom, boom, boom. It's sort of quite long bass notes. And all I'm listening for is how clear and followable are those bass notes, and how sort of weighty are they. So I'm really doing that, and then once that's done, that's it really. So I listen to probably 2 minutes of that song, but I'm really listening for the bass, just so, because it comes in and it's nice and clean, and they're long notes, Okay, so I do that. Now, getting into the mid-range. So there is a song called Sweetest Decline, Beth Orton. She uses the studio a lot. There's a lot of sound effects and atmosphere in her songs and on that song. And her voice is quite it's nice, but it's a bit sharp. It's a little bit edgy. And I've found with that song, if the speakers aren't good, that song doesn't sound nice. That's a real test. If that song sounds sweet and highly listenable, not getting edgy, not getting funny, not getting a bit unpleasant, that's a good sign. But that song is really good at testing things, because it's kind of at the edge of what, you know, of what you should do on a record, you know. So anyway, it's a really good test record. Whereas Babylon Sisters couldn't reveal a spiky or harsh tweeter to save its life. It would still sound gorgeous, you know. So, okay, Sweetest Decline. That was number 2. Number 3, I'm doing the Eagles. Take It Easy. This is great. All I'm listening to there, I'm just waiting for the song to start and I'm waiting for the chorus. Take it easy. Sung by some people that can actually sing, yeah? And there's like 4 people singing there. And what is good about that is we all know what the human voice should sound like, more than we know what an electric guitar might sound like, you know, or even a snare drum or a trumpet. The human voice, you just know when it's right and you know when it's wrong. So that, for me, is a great one for the mid-range and the human voice, you know. So all I'm listening to for there is the chorus, just waiting to hear the chorus, the mass vocals. And you'll just know if that's sounding nice. It should sound gorgeous, you know. What else? Clever Trevor, Ian Dury, Dury. What I'm listening to is quite a Spartan record, not a very busy record. And really what I'm listening for there is fudu, fudu, budu, the snare. Does that snare sound nice, you know, clean crack of a nice snare drum? It's really obvious in that song. And I'm listening also to the bass, because the bass is quite big and obvious there. So there's just one I like to play. Oh, you know quite quickly if the snare doesn't sound right, if the snare sounds sort of papery or thin or just not right. And you should be able to follow the bass, you know. What else we have here? So this is a song where I'm kind of contradicting myself and saying, don't pick a song that sounds great. But there is another reason here, and it is different actually to the Steely Dan. It says, Cry Me a River, Michael Bublé. This is a great big orchestra, horn section. It's a big production. It's you know, it's a kind of, it's sort of undislikable. It's just got so much, so nice with all the instruments. A beautiful production. Now, what I'm listening for there is, because it's actually got tons going on in it, yes. So the better your hi-fi gets, kind of the better that song is. You start distinguishing, oh, there's a violin happening over there, oh, there's 2 trumpets here, or you know, lots more going on. So even though it will sound good on any system, on a really good system it should sound phenomenal, you know. It should just get better. And also I'm listening for, you know, the sound stage, the scale of it all. You know, the better your hi-fi, the kind of bigger it sounds, the bigger the room sounds, and the more defined the room sounds. Okay, Cry Me a River. Last one I do is Go Your Own Way. It's Fleetwood Mac, yeah. Now, I listen to that because it is quite a busy song. There's quite a lot going on in it. Guitars, and in the verse, yes, in the verse, it's got this all I like the drums, you probably work that out. But I want to hear how clear it is. You know, it's that song, because it's quite busy, it can sound muddy. It can sound all a bit blurry and just a big sort of... If it's a good hi-fi, you'll get to distinguish it will start getting more detailed. You know, you've got to know how it sounds to know this. But when I'm listening to something, I'm listening, does that song sound clear or is it getting a bit muddy, you know? So yeah, that's all these songs. I mean, you can use your own songs for your own reasons, but I would say think about it like that. That's how I see it. It's very unlikely to find one song to do everything. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, it probably is, but I don't know it. In fact, Too High, Stevie Wonder, is a song I used to play a lot as a test song, but I just got so bored with listening to it. I listen to it all the time. That's quite a good one on its own. But, you know, it's useful if you're going out and you're going to test something to know what you're going to hear and what you're going to listen for. Else it's very hard to assess, you know, in half an hour or something like that. So anyway, those are my ones. You can use them, use your own wherever you like, but that's the way I'm seeing it, you know, seeing this subject. Okay, if you like this channel, please like it. There's about 70 or 80 other reviews on this channel, and I bring videos out once or twice a week. Okay, thanks. Bye for now.